You ain't gonna believe this. So this little black girl lost on Star Search, got laughed off stage, and still went on to change music forever. And behind that soft voice was a genius who the world failed to protect. And yet, she still became a legend. This is how a girl who lost became the blueprint. So the girl name is Aaliyah, and she's born 1979, Brooklyn, New York. Her family moves to Detroit, where her mom's like, baby, you was born to sing. And singing, she did. Church choirs, school plays, family gatherings. At 9 years old, she already had the it factor. That calm, confident. Then came her first big shot, Star Search. She steps out in a velvet dress, curls bouncing, singing My Funny Valentine. But what's crazy about this performance is she loses. But what the audience didn't know, they were witnessing something divine being forged into public failure. See, Aaliyah wasn't loud. She wasn't trying to impress you. Her power was subtle. That quiet confidence that didn't need to beg for attention. She didn't have to scream to be heard. She floated. Every note she hit was soft but unbreakable. That balance between innocent and control became her signature. She moved like water, sounded like silk, but had a backbone of iron. Now here's where it get crazy. Aaliyah's uncle's Barry Hankerson was married to Gladys Knight. Yeah, Gladys Knight. So little Aaliyah starts performing with Gladys in Vegas when she's barely 12. And at this moment, she was learning the game. And through that connection, she got introduced to a man who'll define and almost destroy her career. So this man's name is Robert, and he's in his late 20s while she's barely a teenager, and he becomes her mentor. At first, people thought it was just music, studio sessions, creative bonding, mentorship, but the industry's full of shadows. And in those shadows, a little girl was left unprotected. At 14, she signs with Jive Records, and Robert writes and produces her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And that title alone says everything. Not to mention this creepy ass album cover. And that album goes double platinum. And the world falls in love with her. The sunglasses, the baggy jeans, the mysterious aura. But behind that image was manipulation. Robert had secretly married her. A 27-year-old man marrying a 15-year-old girl. It was on paper, and she even had a fake ID. And the industry, they knew. The adults around her, they knew. But unfortunately, they said nothing. They called it a rumor. They said it was just business. And poor Aaliyah was a child being consumed by a machine that saw money and not humanity. And when the truth leaked and the scandal was everywhere, she vanished. No interviews, no explanations, just silence. That silence was her rebirth. A couple years later, she comes back different. New label, new sound, new armor. She links with Timbaland and Missy Elliott, two hungry producers nobody respected yet. And together, they made One in a Million. The drums were alien. The melodies was hypnotic. And Aaliyah moved like smoke. And that album changed R&B forever. That whisper vocal style, that was her. Futuristic beats, that was her. Cool, soft tone over heavy bass, legendary. Aaliyah turned pain into precision. She didn't just speak on what happened, she sang through it. By 2000, she's not just a singer. She's a full-blown icon. She stars in Romeo Must Die, then the Queen of the Damned. She's acting, executive producing, shaping her empire. Then her third album dropped, self-titled Aaliyah. And the cover was all red. She looks very angelic, unbothered, and full of control. She's finally happy. And then soon as she steps into her prom, tragedy hit. On August 25th, 2001, Aaliyah wraps up the Rock the Boat video shoot in the Bahamas. She's all worked up and ready to go. They just filmed something beautiful. She wants to get home early, so she boards a small plane. But what's crazy is the pilot wasn't certified for that aircraft. So the plane was overloaded. Minutes after the takeoff, it dropped right past the runway. She dies instantly. 22 years old. 22. The same industry that didn't protect her as a child let her die flying home from doing her art. The world froze. Fans sobbed outside the record stores. Radio stations played her songs on loop. Her light was gone, but her sound, her fingerprint became eternal. She didn't live long, but she lived fully. Every artist that came after her, Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, Normani, they all carried pieces of her essence. She wasn't just the princess of R&B. She was the architect. Over 2 decades later, Aaliyah's voice still echoes in samples and videos and styles. Her estate fought for years to get her music back online, and when it finally returned, millions streamed in a single day. Her catalog, timeless, untouched by trends. She's proof that grace can outlive tragedy. She was calm in chaos, gentle in a violent world. And even though she never got the protection she deserved, she still became immortal. So next time somebody tells you success is about winning, tell them about Aaliyah, the girl who lost on Star Search, got betrayed by the industry, and still changed music forever. She was light wrapped in rhythm, innocence wrapped in armor. Aaliyah didn't just sing songs, she became one. The melody the world still can't stop humming. If you finished this video, thank you. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for the next video.